Welcome to the Bourbon Jerk. Thanks for the click. In this video, I'm going to help you build a kick-ass bourbon collection on the cheap. Say you just bought a house, or you just built a bar, or you're just getting into bourbon, whatever the situation may be. I'm going to tell you how to stock it with the good stuff for less than 500 bucks. Now I know that these types of videos surface from time to time on the whiskey tubes, but I thought it might be fun to give you my take on it. The parameters I'm using here, I'm using MSRP prices as they're published in the state of Michigan. Obviously, prices might vary a little bit from state to state, as will availability, but I believe these are pretty widely available here, so let's get into it. First, you gotta have your opener. Something for newer bourbon drinkers, something approachable, something classic, something entry level, but yet interesting enough for more seasoned whiskey drinkers to go back to occasionally. For me, that's Buffalo Trace. It's 90 proof, it's at least 4 years old, and it's got those traditional bourbon notes: cherry, vanilla, caramel. It's on the sweeter, friendlier side palate-wise. It's great neat, but if a guest was gonna put it on a block of ice or use it as a mixer, you're not really gonna get upset. Next, I'm gonna add a Jack Daniel's single barrel. Now, everyone is familiar with Old Number 7, but this is an introduction into what else Jack Daniel's brings to the table. It's 94 proof, and it's got a really robust flavor profile. It's a perfect example of a Tennessee bourbon. Plus, with some Jack Daniel's on your shelf, you're gonna be ready to have that super fun conversation with that one buddy of yours that's gonna argue that it's not really bourbon. So here's where I take a little bit of a detour. If you regularly watch the channel here, you know that I'm a little bit of Homer.
Exactly.
I think it's important to support local. And here in Michigan, there's no shortage of killer brands. We've got Detroit City Distillery, Journeyman, Traverse City Whiskey Company, Evernorth Spirits. I could go on. For the purposes of the list, I'm going to go with Valentine Distilling Company Mayor Pingree Bourbon. This bottle is actually one of their ryes. The orange labels denote the ryes. The bourbons are actually the red label. Valentine is located in Metro Detroit. This is probably one of the more well-known brands here in Michigan. It's 94 proof, and it's a flavor profile that I think is really going to appeal to most bourbon drinkers. They're typically a blend of their own distillate and MGP, so the result is something that's really friendly, approachable, and interesting. These have a unique old school label and bottle design, and it's going to give your collection some local credibility. This one's a bit of an outlier. Dragon's Milk Origin small batch. Whereas the Pingree has a more traditional profile, the Dragon's Milk has a really unique profile due to its pot distilling process. It's very fruit forward. Think peaches, cherries, mixed berries, Hawaiian punch. It's 95 proof, and I would say that it's more of an occasional pour instead of something that you're going to reach for more frequently. It's more of a bottle that you're going to pour when you want to change things up a bit. Next, I'm going to pick Woodford Reserve Double Oaked. This is the perfect introduction to double oak bourbons. It's very sweet on the palate, almost like an ice cream sundae with a cherry on top. It does feel different than your more traditional 90 proof pour. There's more layers and complexity there, more to bite into. While the barrel picks of these might sell for a little bit more, the shelf version is a solid bargain at its price point. Before we get to the rest of the list here, do me a favor. Click that thumbs up button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and do that too. It really helps us out, costs you nothing. If you like this type of content, I know you do, check out the Bourbon Jerk Patreon group. Hey, we do bottle giveaways every month. We've got paid tiers as low as $1. Check it out. Next on my list here, Wild Turkey Rare Breed. While the Woodford Reserve is a perfect introduction into double oak bourbons, I think that this is a perfect introduction into barrel proof or full proof bourbons. It's got the bold, brash, Wild Turkey profile that kind of hits me like a spicy cherry. Going from lower proof bourbons to full proof, you're gonna notice much more complexity, more layers of flavors, a more viscous mouthfeel, and a much longer finish. Next, Still Austin Cask Strength Bourbon. Maybe a little bit of a detour here, maybe not. While Texas bourbon can be a little bit off the wall, Still Austin leans more traditional with a little bit of a Texas twist. It's a brand that's really come into its own over the last couple years, and it's really going to give you a satisfying bourbon experience. Also, I think it's important to have a little bit of diversity in your collection. There's outstanding bourbon from all over the country, and you should be open and willing to try new things. Gotta have a single barrel or a store pick for this list, and I'm gonna go with the Knob Creek Single Barrel Select. These come in at about 9 years old. about 120 proof. These seem to be about as common as it gets. I've seen these at just about any local liquor store over the past few years, and tons of groups have done picks of these as well. Why this makes my list is that these are always good, and they're some of the more budget-friendly single barrel picks available anywhere. It's a Jim Beam product, and many people say that it has a certain nuttiness to the profile. I enjoy that note, and these just never disappoint. Last is going to be your top shelf bottle, and I'm going to go with Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. This is going to be the bottle that you break out when your bourbon enthusiast buddy comes over for a pour. Any batch will suffice. My personal favorites tend to be the C batches, but with any of them, what you're getting is a high age stated full-proof bourbon from a heritage distillery. These are really just a bourbon lover's bourbon. So boom, there you go. Now you've got 9 bottles in your collection for just a hair under 500 bucks. Nice range of proofs, wide spectrum of flavor profiles. Got a handful of your heritage Kentucky brands. You've got a Jack Daniels. You've got some local flavors. You've even got a Texas bourbon of all things. What do you think? How'd I do? Can you build a better collection for 500 bucks? What are some must-have bottles in a collection like this that I missed? Last, I thought this might be fun to put out there for some other WhiskeyTube channels to get their current takes on building a collection for under 500 bucks. So I'm going to challenge a few of my buddies here. I'm talking about you, Marty, at Whiskey Nose, Dan at Dusty Dan's Whiskey Reviews, Jeffrey Wack at Hello Again Whiskey Friends, and how about Mr. 100K subscriber count himself, Jason C. at the Mash and Drum, who I may have borrowed this idea for a video from. Till next time, cheers, thanks for watching, stay jerky.